Hello, and what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Fantasy Office Hours presented by Front Yard Fantasy. That's us. Hey, I am Josh. I am your host today. I love being the host. But I am here today with my very good friends, Joey Wright. Joey, how you doing? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Just got off the Wheel of Fortune show where I lost, so I'm not bitter at all.
Who won that show?
You did. Let's
I did. Oh, that's weird. I didn't even realize.
Congratulations.
Well, thanks for coming on the Office Hours. We are here answering everyone's fantasy questions. Jay Wall. We are also here with my great friend Jay Wall, and man, it feels so good beating you on the stream earlier. How's that make you feel, Jay Wall?
I was going to say, you've never been so excited when talking to me. You're just loving life right now. The only time you'll ever beat me, so I'll give this one to you. I feel bad. It's kind of a pity win. So, I'm just here to answer questions.
He's so smug. No, it's great. It's fun.
You say never going to beat you, but I don't know. We're playing each other today in the fantasy league, or starting tomorrow, this week. And the fantasy league we're in together. I'm on a 5-game win streak. You're on a 6-game win streak. I don't know. I'm looking at this matchup. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it is.
I think I'm going to pull it out, though. But no, you're projected to win, actually. So
I genuinely think you'll win this. I was looking at it.
Thank you.
I was like, crap. I was hoping to pull another Simon easy matchup, where my team could flop and I'd still win.
Yeah, it looks like Ceedee Lamb's going to be a key piece for you there. I'm sure you're hoping he ends up playing.
So that's the nice thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So worst comes to worst, I do have him.
So at the very least, if Ceedee Lamb doesn't go, you feel a lot more confident putting Michael Gallup into your lineup.
Yes.
All right. Well, like I said, we are here answering all the fantasy questions that you might have going into week 12. Let's get right in there, boys. Bam. Well, Justin first coming in saying, what's up, Justin? Bam coming in saying, flex DK or AJ Dillon this week? J-Wall, I want to come to you first with this one. Which way are you leaning? Let me just say first, if Aaron Jones is playing, you're probably going DK Metcalf here, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes,
now, let's just assume that Aaron Jones is out. Are you playing DK Metcalf or AJ Dillon?
Okay, so I think my initial reaction was because it looks like Aaron Jones is going to be playing. So I was like, ooh, why is this a question? But I do see what he's saying. He's saying, if Aaron Jones isn't a go, that makes this really, really, really hard. I hate to say it. I think I might go AJ Dillon. I mean, he's a must start. When is
I see what you're doing there, Jay Wall, and we have to clear the area a little bit here. He was very we did tiers last week for running backs, and I said AJ Dillon was a great start. You said a must start. Must start's greater than great start. I don't know. I think he fell into the great start category after everything was said and done, though, Jay Wall. So,
but at the same time, no.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But so you're saying that you would start AJ Dillon if Aaron Jones can't go? Okay, Joey, what do you think here?
I'm gonna go with DK. It is close though. If Aaron Jones can't go, I'm going with DK. I love that matchup against Washington. I think Russell Wilson's in a get right game against his new team that he's going to play for next year. So.
Yeah, this is an extremely tough one for me as well. I lean DK. I lean DK myself. It's really close, though, like everyone was saying here. And just to remind everyone, we are live streaming every weekday at 3:00 p.m. Eastern time. Every weekday, that's Monday through Friday. We play the fantasy football game show. We have a lot of fun. We just played Fantasy Fortune. Had a great time on that episode. We got new games like Fantasy Jeopardy. We got a bunch of things that we do. Come in and ask any questions you may have. Also, if you aren't tired of us, then we do also stream on the FanDuel YouTube and Twitch channels at 6:00 on Fridays, 6:00 Eastern time on Fridays. We more or less do what we do on the Fantasy Football Game Show. We have a good time with guests and games. And then on Sunday, we do our Sunday recap on the FanDuel YouTube and Twitch channels where we recap all the games that have happened already that Sunday from a fantasy perspective. So come on in, join us. Hit that subscribe button too and like the video. Thank you. Let's keep moving with these questions. Justin asked, what is the status on Ingram and AK-41? Is Tony Jones an ad? I'm assuming that's what he's asking here. So first of all, we don't know anything official on the status of Alvin Kamara, correct? Right? He hasn't been practicing. Ingram's been limited in practice. So is Tony Jones an ad? If Mark Ingram can't play and Alvin Kamara ends up not playing as well, Tony Jones is probably in most people's starting lineups, so he's probably an ad. Do you agree, Joey?
Yes, you add him and you start him as a flex, which is weird because it's on a Thursday and you should take your players out of your flex on Thursdays. But that Bills defensive line is against the run is really good. So I hope that there are better options, but I mean, if you're losing Ingram or you're losing Kamara, I mean, you can start him as a flex. I don't like it, but you can.
Real fast to that point, I agree. The Bills defense is great, Joey. Now, let's say that Alvin Kamara is out and Ingram is healthy. Are you feeling a lot more comfortable starting Ingram in that matchup against the Bills?
Absolutely. I feel a lot more comfortable with Ingram. He knows that offense. Even though he's only been there for 2 weeks now. I mean, he had been there the other season. So, yeah, I feel much better about Ingram than I do Jones.
So, Jaywall, more or less the same question. Let's just say Ingram and Alvin Kamara are out. Tony Jones, do you feel comfortable with him in your lineup? You're muted, Joe.
You're muted, buddy.
No, I'm not. Anyway,
you look good talking, though.
So the whole thing with Ingram and the reason we put him in our starting lineup when Kamara was out was because of the volume. So the volume's still going to be there. And Tony Jones will probably see most of it. He won't see all of it just because Ingram is definitely that like lead backup. But yeah, and then I think like Ingram, yeah, he should like to add on to what Joey was saying, like he's such a good pass catcher. Like we've seen Trevor Siemian hit him on like the wheel route and whatnot. And I mean, he just brings those things down effortlessly. In PPR leagues, that's just that just raises the floor like crazy.
Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. So yeah, add Tony Jones, especially if you need a running back for this week. He's probably worth a start. Real fast, let's play a game real fast. Would you rather start? Let's say Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara are out. Would you rather start Tony Jones or Myles Gaskin this week?
Oh, Gaskin for me.
Yeah.
How about you, Jaywall?
Gaskin. Is Malcolm Brown coming back this week?
Does that really matter for you that much?
Yes and no. I just wouldn't be confident in starting either of those guys. I would literally go anywhere else.
Okay, so it does sound like Tony Jones is probably going to be not even running back 2 if he's alone in this backfield. Probably. I mean, maybe a low end. How about Damian Harris or Tony Jones?
Damian Harris. And I don't even like Damian Harris.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like he's more or less a flex, but he's probably in a lot of starting lineups. Let's move on, guys. Jared coming in here saying, so Jared. Aaron Jones status asked by Justin. Aaron Jones is practicing today. This bodes well for his availability this week. I am nervous for AJ Dillon. If Aaron Jones does play, you're more or less, I think, going to see what you were seeing before the Aaron Jones injury.
If I remember correctly, teams do practice on Thursday mornings, correct? Of Thanksgiving.
I know there's a game at noon Eastern time.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it depends on the game time.
I feel like I've heard that teams will practice in the morning and have like a team dinner and then go with their families in the late afternoon. I'm just trying to remember.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Justin coming in also asking Russ or Cam or Kirk Cousins, rank the 3 for this week. And Jaywall, we're going to come to you first with this one. I don't know if you're ready, but would you rather, can you rank these 3 quarterbacks, Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, Kirk Cousins for this week? And just to give everyone a little bit of context, Russell Wilson is playing Washington, Cam Newton is playing Miami, and Kirk Cousins is playing San Francisco.
Oh, man.
They're all kind of together, aren't they?
Yeah. I think I've talked about it in some of my videos before, but like Russ, he's only going to get better as his finger just continues to heal. I love the matchup against Washington. Cam has that rushing upside. Kirk Cousins has just been playing well, but the San Fran defense is decent. But they have don't they have a ton of injuries in their secondary?
The San Francisco defense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe they are a little beat up. Yeah, they are. They absolutely are. I think they're missing their top 2 cornerbacks, if I remember correctly.
Man, this is so hard. I think I might.
I'll give you mine real fast. Cam Newton, Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson for me.
See, I'm going Cousins, Cam, Russ.
Okay. How about you, Joey?
So much, but
Russ is my number one on this.
We all have different opinions here.
We really do. And it's only because of the matchup. And like I said earlier, I think this is the get right game for Russ. Even though he's been playing bad and everything looks bad in Seattle, I think this is the get right game. Cam and Kirk is a toss up for me. Toss up for me. Yeah. But I would probably.
So it's fair. So, Justin, I hope this helped. I say start Cam Newton. Joey says start, was it Kirk Cousins?
Russ. No, I said Russ.
Jay, was it Kirk Cousins for you?
It was Kirk Cousins, but Russ is my number 2 over Cam now.
And Russell's not my number 3. So they're going to average out to be about the same. Just choose who you like the most out of us 3, I guess.
Choose a better mustache. So
it's not me. So I don't know. That's close between you two. I think I have to
Jay Wall's got me beat. Oh, really?
No, Joey's is a little bit like longer. It's got.
I know.
But yours is a little more fuller, right?
Well, yeah,
let's move on.
Like full and small. His is like nice, It's a unit.
David Kluge coming in saying, "Look at these stashes." Yes, and then Michael. That was much for me. And then Michael Hicks coming in saying, "Joey, what's up, guys?" There it is.
Hi.
JV coming in saying, I have Dak, CMC, Eckler, Mixon.
Nice.
Congratulations.
I was wondering if there's going to be context here. Ceedee, DK, Terry, 2 wide receiver league playoff trade moves, ? So Dak, CMC, Eckler, Mixon. So the running back situation is very good. And so is this is just a brag, all right?
Yeah.
your team is loaded.
That's all I would do.
But you're only starting 2 wide receivers, and I do love when people give the.
We lose Josh.
Yeah, I agree with you, Josh, for sure.
Yeah.
I also think that.
Oh
no! Now I'm all by myself. So I just say.
I gotcha.
Let's see.
Guys, I'm back. Don't worry. Don't you worry your pretty little heads. Was there any trade suggestions that you had for JV in here? I don't know who his tight end is, and maybe that's a position to look at, but other knowing.
Yeah, I mean,
he's got a rock solid roster moving into the playoffs.
Yeah.
That is,
and especially you're going to want some of that depth, like heading into the playoffs in case injuries, because even if you're out 1 week, you still need to win every single week of your playoffs. So I say stay put.
Mm-hmm. I'm right there with you guys. We have another question here from Pitch Dark. He's asking flex Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard, DJ Moore. I'm assuming that's not David Johnson or Devonta. Is that Devont?
I think DJ.
I got questions. DJ Moore's the answer. If that's
if that's DJ Moore for sure. I think if it's David Johnson, I'm going Devonta.
Yeah. Well, which is. So there's Devonta Smith and Devonta Freeman. I believe they both spell their name the same way. So, honestly, this question makes the most sense if it's Pollard, David Johnson, and Devonta Freeman, right?
Almost.
Yes. And if that's the case, I'm going Devonta Freeman.
Yeah, I am too.
Correct.
Otherwise, if it's DJ Moore, it's obviously DJ Moore.
Oh, this is a question that I kind of have myself. I've been struggling with a little bit. David Kluge coming in asking Deonta Foreman or Dontrell Hillman. Hilliard. I can talk. I swear to God, guys. Rest of the season, who would you guys rather have the rest of the season? Because Hilliard just had that great pass catching game, but McNichols was out. Does he come back and regain that role if he's healthy? Deonta Foreman, he's looked like probably the best carrier of the football, but again, not a lot of success there. J-Wall, what do you think? Which one would you rather have rest of the season?
No thanks. That is my
That's probably the right answer, honestly.
If I had to choose, I'd choose Foreman, but I don't like it.
How about you, Joey?
Yeah, I don't like either of them. I thought last week against Houston, I was like, okay, if this is the Foreman game, we've got to figure it out. Mm-hmm. And it just didn't come to pass. And I honestly have no clue, but I would actually lean towards Foreman because I think that Hilliard is a lot more a product of the receivers being out than it being anything else.
I tend to agree, but for me personally, if I was going to have one of these guys on my bench right now, it probably would be Hilliard, just because I get, like Jay Wall said, the answer is no, but I'll take the shot that Hilliard is just a great pass catching back. They need him as part of this offense. And if that's the case, which I doubt, then you have a starter maybe for the rest of the season. But again, yeah, the answer, you really don't need either one of these guys. Truly Epic coming in saying Brandon Ayuk or Elijah Moore, full point PPR. I'm assuming this is for this week. And guys, I'll just give you my opinion real fast. These guys stock, both of them on the rise. Absolutely. I would be starting Elijah Moore this week. Joey, what do you think?
Absolutely. You ride that hot hand. He's been incredible the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, Zach Wilson will be playing this week, and we haven't really seen him have a ton of success with Zach Wilson, but I'm still going Elijah Moore. J-Wall, what do you think?
I'm going to go the latter. Just because, honestly, I think they're so close that I'm going to go Brandon Ayuk here. Just having Kittle back, Kittle and Ayuk have really helped each other. I mean, obviously, more so Kittle has helped Ayuk, but I mean, I do like the upside that Ayuk has, but obviously Moore is nice. I just am completely out on Zach Wilson and have been ever since, before he even got drafted. So I'm going Ayuk.
All right, we got one Ayuk, two Elijah Moores. I think they're close enough to where you can make your decision here, but Elijah Moore would be my call personally. The Chosen Rose coming in saying, is Josh Allen going to bust tomorrow? I'm going to say no. What do you think, J-Wall?
I don't have the numbers up in front of me, but it seems like he's been having similar to Myles Gaskin year where it's every other game. And I'm pretty sure last game he didn't do great. So
Well, he had 18 fantasy points last game, 22, 12, 29, 30. So a little bit, he's been a little bit disappointing lately, but
I don't think he'll bust.
No, yeah.
I think his rushing upside keeps that from really being.
You're starting Josh Allen.
Yeah, absolutely. He's still a top 12 quarterback. I think I have him at QB6, and that's me being conservative on that.
Yeah.
But I'm more scared for Diggs than I am Allen this week. If Lattimore shadows him, so
I'll start Allen over plenty of guys. Dak Prescott is an easy start over, just to throw a name out there. Moving on, Guillotine League, down to 7 teams. Do I play Burrow this week? Steelers are getting all their starters back. Stafford, Russ, and Wentz are available. Holy crap, you have a lot of quarterbacks available for me. I would make sure Stafford's on my team, and I would roll with that. J-Wall, you're nodding your head. You completely agree? Both of you guys are nodding your head.
100%.
Stafford, see you too, Joey?
He's the safest option for sure. And, especially in the Guillotine League, you don't want to get out. So I'm a safe option there. Who has the upside too. And he's got Cup.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's so weird to say Stafford over Russ, but that's where we're at.
Yeah. It does not feel right. Guys, this is a good question. Bam coming in asking, do we flex Patterson or Hollywood Brown this week? J-Wall, do you have an initial opinion here at all?
I am going. I hate all these questions, but I love how much
They make you think, huh?
Yeah, but I think I'm going to go Hollywood. Lamar loves him. I mean, he's been getting a solid target share, and a lot of those targets have been downfield for big plays. And as long as he doesn't have butterfingers, I mean, he usually puts up pretty solid numbers. And is he still a top 5 wide receiver this season?
Who, Hollywood Brown?
At one point.
I believe I think he's top 10. I don't think he's top 5 after missing last week. But he's up there. How about you vet that, J-Wall? But you're leading Hollywood.
He's 17.
17 now?
Yeah, well, he's wide receiver 17.
Joey, what do you think here?
I'm actually going Hollywood. I'm going Patterson, actually. Atlanta, or is it Jacksonville's 15th against the run, and then 8th against the pass. And since Patterson's going to be doing both of those, I'm leaning Patterson. And I like Brown, but for me, it wasn't even much of a thought once I saw that.
Yeah.
And Atlanta didn't even look like a team last week without him.
Yeah, that would be my main concern, is that Atlanta is just such a mess. These guys are neck and neck for me. I'll give Patterson the slight edge, the slightest of edges. So 2 Pattersons, 1 Hollywood. I see this dumb comment from this guy named J-Wall here. We'll just skip over that one.
Oh, J-Wall.
Carlos,
what else do you need?
Circling back to this, it looks like the starting left tackle for the Cowboys will play, and things are looking up for Ceedee Lamb. So start Dak over Cam. Yes, in my opinion. J-Wall. Yes, you're nodding.
100%.
And Joey, you as well?
I love Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
There was some question yesterday. Carlos came in and asked this question, and initially both Simon and I were like, yeah, it's Dak. And then, we started talking about the concerns, no weapons, maybe not their starting left tackle. And then we're like, I actually went over. I was like, if they don't have any of these players, I will go Cam. But it's Dak now. It's Dak. Let's see, which of these QB options would you guys play this week? Russ, Heinicke, Jimmy G, or Carson Wentz? Season is on the line. We cannot mess up for this decision here. This man's season is on the line, and he's got some solid options here. Now, I will say that I think Russ has the most upside, but he's absolutely not the safest. Joey, just listening to you earlier, it sounds like you might go Russ here. I don't want to speak for you. What do you think?
Yeah, I will, even with the season on the line. I mean, the football team's giving up the most points to fantasy quarterbacks this season.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's when I make my rankings every week, I lean really heavily into what opposing defenses have allowed to fantasy points to the specific position. And, when I see the football team's giving up the most points to Russell Wilson, who wants to get back, that's why I keep saying I think this is the get back game for Russ. So I'm going with Russ. That's a long way. What about you,
J-Wall?
Yeah, I'm going with Russ too. But I think someone who is very, very close, who I thought about taking over Russ, is the guy on the opposite side of the ball, and that's Heinicke. He's been doing really well too, and he's also got that rushing upside that creates a safe floor for him. But, you have to go Russ.
Attention, Russ.
Exactly. I would also go Russ, but I got to tell you, he has a low floor right now. He does make me nervous, but again, with the matchup and everything, I'd be going Russ. Go Russ. Locked in. Come and blame us if it does not go well next week. Guys, are we flexing Hunter Renfrow or Brandon Ayuk? Oh, no. These guys are pretty close in my rankings personally. Joey, I'm coming to you first. You side a little bit.
I'm going to go Renfrow because I don't want J-Wall to kick me out of FYF if I don't say the Clemson guy. No, but I do. I like Renfrow, with everything going on in Vegas with the departures is a nice way of saying it. Renfrow, he feels like he's going to get volume, and he feels like the safer option of the two.
Yeah. How about you, J-Wall?
I think so. Just to combat you a little bit, Joey.
Please do.
When Ruggs left, I think he was averaging just under 5 targets per game. And so it's like not leaving a ton of targets. But at the same time, I'm going Renfrow with you. So I just love Renfrow this season. He's just been so consistent. He's been so good. You can't stray from that.
I love the memes of.
I completely agree with you guys, by the way.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. I love the memes of Hunter Renfrow and DK Metcalf next to each other. Like these two people do the same job. It makes me laugh.
They do not belong standing next to each other.
Yeah.
Renfrow gives me hope that one day I can go pro.
Listen,
you
if there's
look
a pro
like
league,
more of a pro wide receiver than Hunter Renfrow. Let's be honest. Guys, truly epic coming in. What is the best defense to start for week 12? I just want to throw this team out there. They're maybe not the absolute best for week 12, but the Eagles are my favorite defense to have in fantasy right now, period. Their playoff matchups fantastic. Their matchups the next 2 weeks are fantastic. I'm going to just say the Eagles. They would be the team I'd be going after the most. J-Wall. What do you think?
Go to Joey.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Joey. Do you have a defense that you
I could say the Patriots, but that's boring. So
yeah,
I'm going to say the Chicago Bears. On Thanksgiving. It'll be fun. Mm-hmm. You get to have a point to watch that game tomorrow morning. But Tim Boyle starting and the Lions, they haven't been that great on offense, and the Bears defense has been good. So,
and just so everyone knows, the Patriots are the best defense to start Week 12. But J-Wall, what do you think?
I'm going to go with the Bills. The Bills play the New Orleans Saints. They've been balling. Their secondary is their defense is really good. And they're obviously not obviously, but pretty confident they're without Kamara. and might even be without Mark Ingram. And then obviously they have like no wide receivers really. So, and they got Trevor Siemian back there. So I like that start.
Pitch Dark coming in asking, Terry McLaurin plays the Eagles twice in the playoffs. Luckily, we have a Eagles fan down here. I mean, Eagles expert. Are you guys still comfortable playing him over Devonta, for example? I'm assuming that's Devonta Smith. I am. Yes. The answer is just yes. You guys agree?
100%. I know the Eagles secondary has been weirdly good. I expected them to be terrible, but I mean, you still start Scary Terry. He's so good.
Yeah,
absolutely.
As much as I love matchups, as I've mentioned here, like you don't need to get cute sometimes.
Yeah,
this
is one of those times.
I need 2 wide receivers and 1 flex. DJ Moore, Renfro, Ayuk, and Miles Sanders. I will speak for all of us when I say DJ Moore is locked in. I can just tell from our previous conversation. I'm speaking for you. J-Wall, what do you think? We have 1 wide receiver locked in. Who are you putting in the other wide receiver position in the flex?
My boy Renfro, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I'm actually going to go Miles Sanders. I really like how the Eagles are running the ball finally. And Nick Sirianni has finally figured out that's how you win games. With Jalen Hurts at the helm. And so they don't want to make Jalen Hurts pass the ball. And so that just gives more touches to guys like Miles Sanders.
Joey?
I'm not even going to try to combat you on that, J-Wall. I love Sanders' matchup this week. He might sneak into my top 12 running backs, honestly.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I love the matchup. And, I don't know if we saw anything truly great when he was out. And now that he's back,
I'll tell you guys, I agree with both of you guys completely. So DJ Moore, Renfro, Miles Sanders, we're all on the same page there. That is great. Bam asking flex 1, Mike Williams, Antonio Gibson, Judy, or Bateman. I'm going Mike Williams here. Joey, what do you think?
Flex 1, Mike Williams.
I think the 2 ones.
Bateman's out.
Yeah. For me, it's Antonio Gibson or Mike Williams. You could make an argument for Judy, I guess, but that's who I'd be deciding between. It's Mike Williams for me.
Yeah, it is. I don't like Judy's matchup this week. I'll go Mike Williams.
It's for sure for me.
Let's go. I don't know. I've not vetted this, but Lindsey claimed by Miami. That is a little. Oh, look, David Kluge also coming and said Dolphins just signed Philip Lindsay.
Why did Dave change his image?
Did he?
Yeah,
from just earlier. Yeah, that's actually kind of crazy.
I like that it's zoomed out and his dog's in it. It's much improved, Dave.
Some initial reactions right here. I know Miami needs running backs pretty bad, but I have no interest whatsoever in picking up Philip Lindsay in fantasy.
No, neither do I, but it makes me like Gaskin even less, especially with Malcolm Brown coming back. I mean,
sure.
It's kind of like, who's the backfield who has like a 4 split? Basically, I mean, if you're really thinking about it, like the football team, I mean, they have like a 3 or 4 split in that backfield. It's like, we love Antonio Gibson, but like, there's just too many mouths to feed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's get into this next one here. Flex Mooney, Hawk, or Beasley this week. I don't know how I'm getting away from not playing Mooney. Mooney's in my lineup, especially it doesn't look like Allen Robinson's going to play. Godwin's out. Mooney got 16 targets last week. I'm going with Mooney. Yeah. What do you think, Joey?
Yeah, absolutely. There was a little. I don't believe Mooney practiced yesterday, but I believe he practiced not in full today. But he'll be out there, and I would definitely.
How about you, J-Wall?
I'm going Beasley here. The fact that Marshawn Lattimore will be covering Stephon Diggs, and when Diggs is covered, Josh Allen heavily relies on Cole Beasley, and Cole Beasley gets crazy amount of targets. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he got 16 targets this week, like Mooney did last week. But I like Mooney too. Like I wouldn't, mind starting him either.
I don't hate that call whatsoever. And this kind of ties in. I'm assuming J-Wall, you're going to go with Beasley here, but flex 1, Odell Beckham, Marvin Jones, or Beasley, J-Wall. Is it Beasley?
Yeah, Beasley.
Again? For me, it would be Marvin Jones. Actually, I'm willing to take a shot on him this week. That's just who I would be going with, but Beasley's the safer option. And Odell Beckham has upside too. Joey, what do you think?
It depends what kind of performance I need, but if I need the most points out of somebody, it's probably going to be Beasley.
All right. Beasley's the smart call, it sounds like.
You want to know something crazy about Marvin Jones is he has not scored double digits since week 6.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
He has every opportunity under the sun now. So
yeah, there's no more excuses you can make for him if he doesn't produce a little bit this week. Smokey the Cat coming in saying, guys, pick 2, Pollard, Bateman, Josh Jacobs. Thanks and have a great Thanksgiving. Pollard, Bateman, Jacobs. Jacobs is in your lineups, right, guys?
Yeah, 100%.
So it's between Pollard and Bateman. Marquise Brown is going to be back this week, most likely. Pollard, Zeke's going to be playing. So do you want the wide receiver 2 on the Ravens or the RB2 on the Cowboys? Jay Wall, what do you think? Do you have I'm having trouble with this one personally. So
I am too. A lot of times what I like to do is I think, like, if these guys are both on my team, who would I put? And I think that's perfect. That's what I would do as well. Joey, what do you think?
Bateman, yeah. It's weird though, because like I would love for Pollard to get that opportunity. It's just he's not going to. Zeke's gonna find a way to jump in that pot on Thanksgiving like he always does. But it'd be Bateman for me. Absolutely.
This is a really close one here. Flex Claypool or Jerry Jeudy. I have a strong opinion personally, but I could see this one going both ways. It's Claypool for me. Joey, do you have an opinion here?
Yeah, it's Claypool. I don't want any part of the Chargers pass defense right now.
Yeah, pass defense. J-Wall, Claypool or Jeudy?
Same. I'm going same.
I apologize for a second there.
There was some clarification to a question earlier. He meant DJ Moore and Devonta Smith. I don't remember the exact options, but DJ Moore was locked in, and then Let's move on. PPR need 3 for flex. Deontay Johnson. Oh, a top end question here. Deontay Johnson, Pittman, Cooks, Mike Williams, Pitts, Hawk. The top 3 would be my choice. And is that what you just said, Jay Wall?
No, but I would go Deontay Johnson, Pittman, and Mike Williams. I'd go the wide receiver route.
So Mike Williams over David Montgomery.
Yeah.
Okay. Joey, what do you think?
Oh, Montgomery's in my lineup against Detroit. I'm sorry. Big time. And Pittman, I love him so much, and I'd probably play Deontay Johnson.
So Joey and I are on the same page there. Which tight end would you start this week? The Muth, Dan Arnold, or Logan Thomas, even if he even plays? What about rest of the season? It would be the Muth for me, especially this week and rest of the season, really, even though Logan Thomas, I think, is very close. What do you think, Jay Wall?
I'm going to go Friar Tuck.
In both regards. So it's Pat Freiermuth in both this week and rest of the season?
Yeah.
How about you, Joey?
Yeah. Stole my joke.
You can put Logan Thomas in the conversation for rest of the season, but I'd still go Friar Tuck.
Yeah. It's Pat Friar Tuck. That's what I'm going with this week.
And then what about rest of the season?
Yeah, I love Logan Thomas rest of the season. I think once he's on the field and he's ready to go, that football team tight end schedule is so good.
Oh, is it?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, then I'd go Logan Thomas too.
Yeah. Pat Freiermuth and Logan Thomas are really close for me. I'll lean Logan Thomas.
So just to break it down, week 13, they've got the Raiders who give up the second most points to tight ends. Week 15, which is the first week of your playoffs, they've got the Eagles, which give up the most points. Sorry. And then in week 17, again, they've got the Eagles. And then in the middle of that, they got Dallas. I love that matchup for Logan Thomas.
Eagles are trash.
Just against tight ends. I like their team.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Guys, Atlanta or Jacksonville defense, I don't see how I could ever consider playing Atlanta's defense. And I know Jacksonville's defense is not much better, but I will play Jacksonville's defense over Atlanta's defense for sure. But there's got to be a better option, right, out there?
Yeah, this got to be a joke, a trick question, right?
I will say I am in one dynasty league that does play defenses, and the defense waiver wire can be very thin. So
really?
Maybe
I do too, and ours is usually pretty solid. Like
we have 12 teams, and people hoard defenses, So
we had that one year, and I thought it was the weirdest thing. We had one guy who had like 5 defenses, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
I got one team that has 5 defenses. I have one team that has 7 quarterbacks. Like it's not super flex. Like it's whatever.
When the defenses are this bottom of the barrel, I literally went and looked which team's the home team. Jacksonville. Okay, yeah, I'll pick Jacksonville.
Exactly.
I'll go Atlanta
it's
just
gotta
because.
be Jacksonville. You can't. They're playing each other. I don't know. Yeah, honestly, Jacksonville's offense I'm less scared of. So, but
I'm going Atlanta, and I'm
okay.
confident.
That's fine.
Shout out Tony Khan. There you go.
I think Atlanta will score less negative points than Jacksonville.
Let's just stop talking about it. Let's just move on. I'm joking.
Midnight.
Midnight coming in saying Lindsay to Miami Dolphins. There goes starting Gaskin every other week. This does not concern me that much for Gaskin. Does it reduce him ever so slightly? Sure. But I still think you can use Gaskin. Lindsay's not going to be involved this week, in my mind.
Yeah.
But Jay Wall, you just said something in regard to this. You said it makes you dislike Gaskin even more. Do you think it actually affects him?
Yeah, no, I do. Especially with, I would say less Lindsay than Malcolm Brown. But again, the more crowded backfields you get here, obviously we need to see how Lindsay is used first, but I just don't like it for Gaskin.
Yeah. I'm still fine with Gaskin. He doesn't change much for me.
Alvin Kamara is officially out, by the way.
Oh,
okay.
Alvin Kamara's out. Start Mark Ingram if he's playing, even against the Bills.
Yes, 100%.
Look at this trade, guys. Look at this trade. Yo, guys, I just got a trade offer: Joe Burrow and Jalen Waddle for Joe Mixon. Should I take that offer and give away Joe? Well, I hate that you say that. Give away Joe. There's 2 Joes in this trade on each side. I want Joe Mixon here.
Is it Superflex?
That's a great question, Jay Wall. If it's Superflex, that changes everything. I actually prefer the Joe Burrow side in a Superflex league.
Too. Yep. But one QB, Joe Mixon. Oh,
it's a smash, Joe Mixon.
Absolutely.
And then I feel like the other side, it's pretty confident, like Joe Burrow, if it's Superflex.
Yeah. I'm on the Joe Burrow side. Superflex.
Team need is important,
but. Let's see. PPR flex. Odell Beckham Jr., T. Higgins, Brandon Ayuk, or Sutton. I'm assuming he only needs one. I'll go T. Higgins.
I'm T. Higgins.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's nice to see a different name up there. T. Higgins. Yeah, absolutely. Because I like I said, I don't like Denver's matchup this week, so I'm kind of trying to get away from Sutton if I can. I don't want to put my OBJ takes out here. I think it's early, but I still like Jefferson a lot, and I don't think. I'll just say I think there's a good chance Jefferson's the better receiver than OBJ for the rest of the season.
It's a coin flip for me.
Yeah, it is. It's really close, but I just want to be, controversial.
Especially with Van Jefferson has been there. OBJ is new. It's going to take time to build chemistry, learn some of that stuff. So I'm with you on that. It wouldn't surprise me.
I'm a Gator fan too, so it's kind of tough to pull the bias away.
Yeah, that's fair.
Guys, do you have any confidence starting Sutton whatsoever?
You got a contract. That's nice.
I know.
Congratulations.
Look at what he's been doing since Jerry Jeudy has came back.
Anytime Jerry Jeudy plays, you want nothing to do with Sutton.
It's weird. You think they try to get him more involved, but he's just not getting involved. So Bam came in here and asked, I'm asking again because I'm a little on edge, Moss or Latavius, since now Kamara is confirmed ruled out.
Ooh.
It's Latavius for me.
It's Latavius for me.
Yeah, I don't want any part of that Thanksgiving matchup with the Bills. For the Bills, sorry.
Yeah. And then we kind of just talked about this a little bit, but we didn't quite, say exactly who we would start one or the other over. Is it Hunter Renfrow or Miles Sanders for you guys? I think Joey, you were really high on Miles Sanders. So
yeah, I love him
Sanders for you.
Yeah, the next 2 weeks Sanders is definitely next week, not this week. This week he might be a top 12 running back. Next week he's got the Jets, and fire him up.
I agree. I'll go Miles Sanders over Hunter Renfrow.
I will go Renfrow just because I'm scared that Sanders won't get necessarily the receiving work in a PPR format to cover that safe floor, where I think Renfrow just has that naturally.
Yeah.
I think it's worth mentioning, you are an Eagles fan, so you know your team better.
I do. And I hate how much I love my team. But yeah.
I feel like a lot of Philadelphia Eagles fans say the same thing. So Casey's saying, okay, I got Joe Mixon, so you guys are saying I should keep him.
Ooh, yeah.
One QB league, keep him.
As long as it's not super flex, right?
Yeah.
Niner coming in saying Lindsey coming to Miami makes Gaskin droppable. I completely disagree. I'm sorry, Niner. I'm sorry.
I mean, I am like super anti-Gaskin with all this, and I'm like, no way. No, do not drop him.
Especially not a PPR league. Maybe a standard league. You can consider that. I still wouldn't.
Happen, you know? And one of
and
these, you know, so.
Lindsey was a disappointment in Houston this year. Yeah. Like, now, maybe he comes to Miami.
2.5 yards a carry. Not that.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about his schedule than I am Lindsey coming in.
Is Jalen Hurts finishing as a QB1? It looks like it. His rushing floor is way too good.
QB1 or as a QB1?
He's not finishing as the QB1.
Yeah, definitely not QB1.
He's finishing as a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, top 10 for sure.
I'm willing to say 10.
Yeah, 100%. I'd say even maybe top 6. Oh,
I think that's fair. How do we feel about the Chargers defense against the Broncos? I feel pretty good about them. I feel pretty good about them. They're not a must start by any means, but you know, I'd rather start them over the other two defenses we were just talking about.
Teddy's a really
about them. Yeah, but yeah, that's all I had. What were you saying, Joey?
Oh, Teddy's a really efficient passer. But if they're not on the field for a long time with the Broncos, like the Chargers are going to dominate the time possession in that game.
Yeah,
and so Teddy can be as efficient as he wants, but if he's not out there very long, I like the Chargers defense a lot. So
we only have a couple more minutes here, guys. So let's fly through the rest of these. Niner coming in again. Who should I start? Devontae Adams, Dalvin Cook, Cooper Kupp, or Justin Jefferson? He has two flex spots. So I'm assuming the rest of your team is even more loaded. That is nuts. For me, you can't take Cooper. You can't really take any of these guys out of your lineup, but I'll be starting Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp. It's crazy, though. It's ridiculous, like your options here. But guys, do you have anything different here?
Give me
Kupp is the for sure.
How can you bench it? It's like saying bench any of these guys sounds crazy.
I mean, Cook would be the last one out for me. I'd rather start Justin Jefferson over him. So, I mean, Adams or Justin Jefferson, I don't think you can go wrong. But I prefer Adams.
I'm starting Kupp and Adams myself. What do you think, Joey?
Yeah, so what I want you to do is I want you to go get a nice piece of pumpkin pie. And I want you just to blindly just throw crap at the wall. Either two will be fine. No, but Adams and Kupp is who I would pick. I do like Cook more than I like Jefferson, though, just matchup-wise. I do like that more.
All right, let's keep moving. Flex 1, start 1, Mooney, Judy, Melvin Gordon. Oh, boy. I'll go with Judy and Mooney. J-Wall?
I'm going Mooney and Gordon.
Okay. Joey?
I'm going Gordon, too, and Mooney.
Okay.
You know, the Chargers' run defense isn't as good. Wait, is it Chargers? Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Chargers' run defense is not as good as
and their secondary is good, so they might have to lean on the run more.
Mm-hmm. And they have 2 running backs, so they can do that.
Yep.
Craig,
most teams have 2.
Second quarterback in a super flex. Does he start Tyrod Taylor, Taylor Heinicke, Trevor
Siemian?
Trevor. I was like, that's not Trevor Lawrence's last name. It does not start with an S. Trevor Siemian or Colt McCoy. For me, it's Taylor Heinicke.
Heinicke, 100% for me.
Yes. Just my stomach was turning a little bit. I feel Craig. Oh, I love you, Craig. You know, I love you. But yeah.
I'm about to pick up Stafford and cut Burrow. You're not worried about the loss of Robert Woods? I am not. Oh, I mean, it hurts him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he does all the little intangibles for sure, but
Pitch Dark came in with a good answer here. Stafford and Kupp do everything together, but share a bed. Robert Woods was never a factor, in my opinion. He was definitely a factor. He was a little bit of a safety blanket, more or less, you know.
Yeah, and like I've heard like a bunch of like analysts and whatnot just talking about like Robert Woods did all the small stuff that like didn't show up on the stat sheets and whatnot, and so got to give him his respect for that. So.
Yeah. If Ceedee somehow doesn't play, do I start Jacoby or Bateman? I would be going with Bateman.
Jacoby
Myers. Okay.
I'm gonna say Jacoby. Sorry if you guys can hear that.
You're all good. We got 2 more questions, and then we're gonna wrap this up, guys. Would you trade away Eckler for Kupp? You need to have a good running back situation, but sure. I think Eckler has a little bit more value overall.
So you're gonna hear some kids screaming. Sorry.
You're all good.
I guess if you have like really good running backs, sure.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have a strong, but otherwise, I don't know.
Yeah, it's team dependent. They're both top tier at their position.
I would not trade for the sake of trading. If you need the receiver, go get him. But if you don't, stick on Eckler. I love Eckler the rest of the season.
And trading does make fantasy fun, but still, shouldn't always just trade.
I've been afraid to step on that line. J-Wall, you have guts.
So just real fast, let's just say you have Najee Harris and Leonard Fournette and Eckler. And your wide receivers, you have a strong wide receiver 1, but your wide receiver 2 is like Jalen Waddle. Would you make this trade?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
Or like a T. Higgins or someone like that. Yeah.
Perfect. And last question we're going to do today, start 2, Devonta Smith, Cedric Wilson, or Myles Gaskin. First of all, we got to say Cedric Wilson, you probably don't want to. I mean, he's a fine. You can start, but he's not really in this category if CeeDee Lamb does play for me. Yes. But if CeeDee Lamb doesn't play, Cedric Wilson's a good start. I'm going to go with Devonta Smith and Myles Gaskin here myself.
I agree. I would go with both Smith and Gaskin because it does look like Lamb's going to play. But even if he doesn't, I think I have Cedric Wilson because I don't have it ranked as Lamb playing, and I have Wilson as my wide receiver, I think like 42. I have to look at that double check.
I kind of like Cedric Wilson without CeeDee Lamb. I probably would play him over Gaskin myself, but if CeeDee Lamb didn't play, but I wouldn't know. Same thing, Jay Waller.
Yeah, you guys probably won't be super surprised with my outlook here. I will, no matter what happens, if CeeDee plays or not, I am taking Smith and Wilson. I don't want.
Oh yeah, you don't like Gaskin. That's completely fine. All right. Well, thank you so much, both of you guys, for coming in and helping me answer these trade questions. I had a great time. Please follow both Joey Wright at the Joey Wright and Jay Wall at JWall_FF. I had a great time. We're here live streaming every weekday at 3:00 on weekdays, Monday through Friday, 3:00 Eastern time. Fantasy football game show. We do these hours typically on Tuesdays and Thursdays. FanDuel Friday, 6:00 Eastern time on the FanDuel channels, and also the Sunday recap at 7:00 Eastern time on Sundays. I'm Josh. Trading makes fantasy fun.
Follow him, by the way.
Follow me too. Yeah, why not? Why not? I'm an okay follow. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey. Yeah, guys.